All right, you already know, I'm back again with the same old mess one more time. You already know what the time it is. All right. Okay, let me go ahead and hit you up with the Illuminati, the Masons, and the Freemasons, and the Eastern Stars, and the Luciferians. I'm going ahead and I'm gonna go tell you what happened and what's going on now. All right. So you guys know, or you don't know, but now you gonna know. So if you don't know, now you know. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys know about the humiliation rituals. All right. These people got their own little stance, these little forms that they got going on. You already know what time it is. So with the humiliation rituals, what they do is they have these parties. They have, when the celebrities, invite, you know, people that ain't got no names, and the people that have names, like basically, you can be somebody off the street, and if you get that invitation to go to that party, you know how people get like, oh my goodness, you know, I got to go to the party, or they call in, and have these little tickets like, oh, we're having a big party, and we want you to come. You know, when people go to these parties, they not understanding that, yeah, it's live, it's gonna be pumped and whatever, and they got these drugs and whatever going on, and the music is popping and whatever. It's not just that. Like, somebody's gonna be selected for a humiliation ritual. So just let you know, it's not just like, oh my goodness. Like, and then people like, oh, I don't care. Yeah, you should care, because some of these people, if it's a man, or some people get sticked up in the behind and stuff like that. You gotta be careful. Um, Not just only that, but they do some wicked stuff. They do drink blood. They do, have surveillance cameras and whatever to, do their little initiation thing, and then rituals and everything. And then some of these people get paid off, and a lot of these people, like some of these people, get raped and stuff like that. And everybody be on the hush hush, because they ain't supposed to speak about it until like something big happened. Then they say, people start stepping up and saying something. Not only that, but also, they basically tell you to do stuff like do as you're told. Like, basically, now you got order, because now you went and basically went and got into this stuff. And especially people, like when they're ranked, so like they tell them to do stuff and go up in there, and to do this, do that, and to go to the next level. So, yeah, it's not what you think it is. For people that are trying to get up in there, you shouldn't get up in there. It's a tip. This is a freaking warning right here. I'm letting you know right off rip that you should not even be involved in this, because they're straight up demonic. Uh, Real talk. They do a lot of they do a lot of witchcraft. Some people, like, oh, they be up in there. I'm not going to even like lie. There are some churches that are run by the Masons and the Eastern Stars. Yeah, I'll go ahead and tell you. I'm not saying all churches, but I'm just saying some churches are, and it's real talk. It is true, and they just don't tell you. I've been to, when I was younger. I went to this church, right? So this pastor was a Freemason. Um, I'm not, no sweat, no sweat. I'm not being, I'm not judging. The only thing, I'm just letting you know that this is happening. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going like, oh, this person's this. I'm just saying that it is true. That's what I'm trying to let you know. I'm not giving no names. I'm just letting you know that it is true. That some of them are. I'm not saying all of them. I said some of them are. It's just to be aware. You know, like just let you know, because some of them have their little um rewards or statues or whatever, and has those symbols on there sitting up there in their office. I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying some of them are. So just let you know, and just to be careful. I mean, there's witches and warlocks in the church too. So just let you know, it's not like you know, just let you know that this is true. Is there are these type of people there. That's why just to be aware. But let's get back on this humiliation ritual situation. So, like I was saying, um, when it comes down to the humiliation ritual, what they do is they have these people do certain things and basically humiliating themselves, and they have surveillance, just like what happened. P Diddy, they put him, it's kind of crazy because then when you find out all this stuff that happened to these celebrities, um, they already knew that the cameras are in there and he didn't care. So, and then they say they pulled the cameras out, and all his business went out there. It's not just him, but it's a lot of these celebrities, and they got strategic ways to do it. Like, okay, you find out about this, and then they say no, they wait for a while, and then you find out about another celebrity. They know what they're doing. It's all blackmail, and it's all about the stance, and about the more money I give you, the more I'm going to take charge and humiliate you, and to do what I want because you are under my control. That's what this is about. It's all because the Illuminati, the Masons, the Freemasons, the Eastern Stars, or Freemasons is the same thing as Masons, but the Luciferians and the rest of them, it's all about power. It's not really about money. When they get people in to initiate them, it's that they give money. They don't give a who about money. It's a basically you basically sacrifice, right? So when they get you in, like they give you loads of money, whatever. But once you get that money, your contract, you signed the deal with the devil. That's what's going on. And then when you get in, this is what they do to you. It's not like, no, because now you signed with blood. And then a lot of people want to get out of this, and then they can't. Well, they can, but it's gonna take a whole lot of effort, because these people, like, it's about control, and especially when you are a celebrity, because like when them people get in there and then they say we let you become a celebrity and whatever, they do rape people in the behind, and they could take an innocent person off the street, and then next thing make them and to oh, I can give you all of this, and then make them do all this stuff, and then find out later that they are actually really torturing this person. You really gotta be literally careful, and then on top of that, they are heavy in witchcraft. No sweat. They for real talk, and they do drugs. They the smuggling. They are part of that too. They are part of sex trafficking. They are part of that too. They are part of the all these they are part of, they in the ends of stuff. They got links everywhere. It's not just like just um little pieces of parts. No, they have to have connections, because if they need to do dirty work or make somebody be dismissed, and what I mean by dismiss is that basically kill them, to make them disappear off the planet, because they will do it, and they have done it. Basically, they pay loads of money to get this person killed, and then they say, have the cops or FBI, you know, cover it up, and um, governments and all that type of stuff. And then they say, if they can't do that, then they'll get somebody off the street to basically take over their lightweight. When we say take care of their lightweight, that means basically go do their dirty job for them and keep their hands clean. Yeah. So it's not about money to them. It's about power. And the people that get initiated into it, is first it's about money to them, and then it turns into power and greed. So um, some people, it just come in all three, and wanting that. But you just gotta be aware of these things, because like I said, humiliation, right? So these celebrities, they go out and have them on the red carpet, going out there, wearing these costumes and stuff, and wearing, looking, got these costumes of animals and whatever, walking out there and telling their business. And not just only that, uh, something tragic happened to them, and they take pictures of them. Especially the paparazzi is a big part of it. Because they show enough, enforce the gossip and make sure that the gossip is pushed around, because that's all it is. It's just hot gossip. Oh, not only that, but also um, that's why a lot of these celebrities be suicide. And it's not just like, oh, I have so much pressure on me. No, it's not really that. It's the fact that they got too deep too deeply involved, and in these secret societies, and they don't want to do what they asking them to do, and they got tired of them. And then they say no, like the stuff that's going on in their life, they and all that's being bulked up down there. And then they say no, they want their fans to be happy for them and whatever. And so they get bogged down, then want to take their life because they don't know what else to do. um it's been crazy, real crazy. So like I said, people don't need to be getting involved in this. It ain't, life is not that